Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Levinson and Associates weekly webinar training series. So, great stuff that we are rolling out today. We're very excited about this. The reason why, and by the way, we know it's the second webinar of the week. We try to host just one, but this week we have some great information. So, to wait a couple of weeks to share, would be a shame in my opinion. So we purposely set this up on a Thursday for you all. Okay, so real quick, it's no secret. We know what's going on with this whole pandemic, right? And there's a ton of agents out there. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or 19 or 77 or 92, okay? It makes no difference, but everyone is trying to get creative and scrappy right now, right? Because we're forced to sell from home. And what we're noticing more than ever is, let's say, typical agents that were, MDRT kind of agents that only worked on cases that were at least $20,000 to $30,000 of annual premium now are suddenly starting to look at other niche parts of the industry like mortgage protection and final expense just to kind of stay busy, right, and open doors because you just don't know where these leads are going to wind up. It could start off, yes, with a mortgage protection mailer or a final expense, burial insurance card that was sent out. And, maybe the initial call was to discuss $20,000 of a burial policy, and it might wind up where the client purchases, let's say, a $250,000 whole life. That's $7,000 of annual premium, right? It's about pivoting. So more than ever now, most agents are getting scrappy and utilizing lots of our programs that weren't just focused on that large high ticket sale, right? So we all have to make sure that we're keeping our eye on the ball, staying busy. And if that means final expense or mortgage protection, so be it. It's opening doors, right? And as they say, there's no small $20 bill. You got to keep the lights on. So anyway, with that said, there's lots and lots of marketing going on right now in the final expense arena. And it's our job, right, to bring the latest and greatest lead programs, technology, and turnkey platforms to our agents and tell you like it is without the fluff, right, or the gray area. So more than ever, there's a bunch of these MLM groups going on right now. They're basically saying, hey, sign up with us. You get 182% commission and you can build a team and make $100,000 a week in no time if you click here or pick up that phone and call us, right? And we'll show you how to team build. Okay, well, we all know to make $100,000 a week in a few months, it's impossible in this industry. Okay, in fact, I don't know an industry where you can make that kind of money right away in the first 2 or 3 months. So we know it's fluff. Okay, 182% commission contract is fluff. It doesn't exist. All right, and there's no secret. And the reason why, and if you just think about this for a minute, so if you're dealing with a large agency or IMO, okay, and they're writing, let's say, at least $20-30 million of total premium a year, there's only a handful of top carriers. Okay, think about this for a minute. So there's only so much commission in the pie. And the more layers in between you and the carrier or you and the IMO, the less commission paid out to you, right? There's only so much in the pie, as we know. So the purpose is, if you're obviously working with an agency who's with Levinson, great, no problem. If you're working direct with us, great, no problem. If you're working 20 layers, okay, under an agent who's under a GA, who's under an MGA, who's under an MGA4, who's under an IMO, that's a problem. Okay, you have to know who you report to, right? And it should be a very fair commission split. Okay, which I'm sure if you're on this call, you're one of our agents already, and I'm sure that you are taking advantage of direct IMO commissions or GA commissions, whatever the case is. But when you see something that's just too good to be true, right? And it's 182% and you can make 100 grand in a week. Usually it's too good to be true. So ask the right questions, okay? And if you do wind up getting set up through another IMO, maybe one of these MLM groups, okay, just make me and yourself one promise that you're going to get in writing, okay, if you decide to ever pick up and leave. Number one, the book of business is yours. You own it. You're attached. You're the agent of record. And number two, that you can get a release at any time for whatever reason doesn't make a difference. Get that in writing. And if they give it to you, I would say, great, try to get your 182% commission and let us know how it works out. Okay, but make sure those two things are dotted and crossed. You must. That's my one word of advice to you all. Okay, so we're here to tell you the truth, the facts, okay? And our lead programs, do they work? Absolutely, okay? Are you going to make 100 grand in a week by using our lead programs? Impossible. There's no way, okay? Yes, it might open a door to lead to that monster case, okay? Are they all perfect? Are you going to sell, 9 out of 10 leads? Probably not, okay? But you will sell, in my opinion, if you're a decent agent, I would say at least 2 to 3 out of every batch of, say, 10 to 15, okay? Which is pretty good, okay? But again, not perfect. But we have vetted our third-party vendor. They're not perfect, okay, but they're good, and they'll be there to make it right if there's a problem. And they do offer a 20% guarantee, okay? 20% of your lead batch, okay, if you don't sell, they're going to replace those leads with more until you hit that number, okay? That, to me, is unheard of, okay? And that's a fact, by the way. But that's unheard of in this industry. So we have done all of our due diligence. We now are offering this program in the final expense space. It works great. The leads are starting at just $8, depending on how many leads you buy. You must take, we have a training course. You have to pass in order to get the 20% guarantee. We've only had one agent not pass it, okay, out of all the hundreds and hundreds of agents using the program. So chances are you'll be just fine. But if there's a problem, you let us know. If we have to get the third-party vendor involved, we will, of course, do that and try to make it right, okay? But definitely, definitely worth a shot. Okay, we're also going to discuss the first and only direct-to-consumer final expense product. Okay, never been done before. That means if you have a consumer on the phone, okay, you can run a quote with them and you can say, hey, I'm going to send you a link right now through email. They can click the link, apply, get approved, print and save policy, and be done. Or if they want to go to your website and click a link to get a quote and apply, get approved while you're sleeping at 2 a.m., no problem. Okay, first time it's ever been done. And we're the first and only IMO to offer this. Okay. Also, guaranteed issue, direct to consumer. Okay, think about this for a minute. So, guaranteed issue, direct to consumer 5-10 years ago, unheard of. There's no way a reputable company is going to say to you, the agent, throw this link on your website, okay, and have as many prospects as you can click on it, buy a policy online without you ever seeing them or talking to them on the phone. Unheard of, impossible. Well, here we are, 2021. We have the only direct-to-consumer guaranteed issue product with Gerber, okay, huge name, very reputable, A+ rated, and comes with a 1-year scholarship on top of it all, okay? So one-stop shop with direct-to-consumer for your clients. That's unheard of. Guaranteed issue and typical final expense, it's huge. And you don't have to say to yourself, oh, this is great, if I can only get, 10,000 people on my website. Okay, no, it doesn't have to. Yes, it can work like that, but it doesn't have to work like that. This could also be done on a phone call. You can say to your client, Susie Smith, how are you today? Susie says, Bill, I'm great. I need a final expense quote. And you can run the quote together and you can say, Susie, are you in front of your computer? Yes. Look for my email I'm sending right now. When you get a chance, doesn't have to be right now. Click the link. You can apply in 8 minutes or less, get approved instantly, print and save policy, 8 minutes or less, okay? So it could be done either way, on a phone call, through email, through a webinar just like this, or just drive traffic to your website or your social media pages. Okay, there's so many different ways. And right now, I can tell you, I don't care what age, people don't want to see you. They want to stay home and they want to do everything either online or through a link that you email them. Okay, so perfect timing for all of this. And you're in the driver's seat. You have direct IMO access to all of these tools through Levinson. Okay, we're also going to go over voice sign products. Okay, that's a big hit right now. We're going to go over, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 different lead programs that you can take advantage of. We have some really neat stuff that we're going to show everyone. Some of these are firsts that we are bringing to our agents. So that's why we couldn't hold back with having 2 webinars this week. All right, let's jump right in here. Something I want to share. We're getting more feedback now than ever, okay, on the Bill Levinson Experience podcast. The reason why these last 2 episodes, the first of the new year of 2021, I'm telling you right now, most agents, and you can just go on our Facebook page and you can see the comments, most agents are sharing testimonials, comments, feedback on these 2 episodes. In fact, more than anything I've ever seen in the past as far as our trainings go. Okay, and the reason why, these are 2 agents. Okay, you can see the top one, mid-30s, and the bottom one, well, I don't want to share his age. He's actually on this webinar right now, but he's a little older than Emmanuel, Pradeep. But here's the most important point here. Both of these agents and agencies are up at least double over the prior year during a pandemic. So, you can't say to yourself, well, Bill, look at the guy up top. He's in his 30s and I'm in my 70s. So, I'm not advanced. I'm not as advanced as he is with technology. Okay, well, the guy on the bottom is not in his mid-30s. There is no excuse. Okay, and when you hear their personal story that they share and what's working for them, I think you'll agree with me. There's no excuse now. And I purposely asked both of them, spend an hour with me on these episodes. And I want to pretend that I'm another agent out there, in the middle of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, right? Picking your brain because I want to learn. And we did exactly that. And I think we accomplished the goal with both of these episodes. We're going to email out everybody on this call a thank you email you'll have in your inbox before the day's up. And I'm going to include both YouTube links. So if you want to watch it on YouTube, no problem. If you want to go to your favorite podcast channel, that's fine too. Leave a comment. I want to hear your feedback. And if you do, I'll send you one of our prospecting books on me, either on our Facebook page or on your favorite podcast channel. It's up to you. If you like Apple iTunes and you have an iPhone, use it on there, no problem. Spotify, Pandora, Stitcher, YouTube, of course. And even if you're not savvy with any of those platforms, just go to our website. If you click on webinar trainings, they're all right there. So please, this is worth, in fact, the top one is just under an hour. The bottom one is just over an hour, but it's worth every minute spent, I promise you. Let's look at this real testimonial that came in on our Facebook page, and you can see the title of it, Final Expense Lead Success. My experience with the Levinson Lead Program was great. They have an easy-to-use final expense quote engine and carriers that make the application process very easy. By the way, we have new scripts that we're going to show you as well. So John used the new scripts. It worked well. I closed 15% of my leads in 30 days. And because of the guaranteed 20% closing rate, I know I'm going to get the most out of my leads compared to any other lead vendor on the market. Okay, that's big. That's big. We didn't just make this up, okay, and say, oh, this looks great. Let's talk about this on our webinar. This is on our Facebook page. Look at reviews. This is real. John is an agent just like you. And I don't want to pull the rug over everyone's eyes. I don't want you to think that I'm sitting here beating the drum and saying, as soon as you use our lead program, you're going to make millions and millions of dollars. I'm not saying that whatsoever, okay? All I'm saying is if you're looking for another revenue stream, another way to open doors, okay, the lead program works. Not perfect, but it works. And with a 20% guarantee, you have nothing to lose. We don't make a penny on any of our lead programs. In fact, it's a co-op deal where we actually participate in the lead cost. That's why the business must be written back through Levinson. In fact, you have to sign a form. Okay, but again, great opportunity. Okay, let's move forward here. So this is also kind of unique. We have Joseph is on with us. He's going to be speaking, and we have Andrew as well. So we're doing a little three-part series here. It's going to be fun. Sit back, relax, take plenty of notes because we're going over a lot of information. Okay, we purposely did this in an hour. We didn't want to separate it into two, but it's your job to take notes on anything that you want to hear more about or get acquainted with, or maybe you want to leverage a tool or technology. We also have a question box on the bottom right-hand side. You can type in as we go, and myself, Joe, and Andrew, we're all going to do our best to answer every single question as we're going through the webinar, okay? If we don't get to you, we're going to be, I promise you, as soon as we finish up, we're going to answer every single question that comes in today. I promise you that. And we're going to do our question of the day that has to do with one of the slides that we're going over. So make sure you're paying attention. We have a brand new Amazon Fire tablet or Amazon Echo, your choice. In fact, you know what? Let's spice this up a little bit. Let's do and Joe, write this down so I don't forget. Let's do the Fire tablet or the Amazon Echo, and let's give a few of our orphan leads to whoever the winner is today. And we'll announce this at the end in about 45 minutes here. Okay, so final expense carriers. And again, I don't want to confuse everyone. In fact, the purpose of this is to make it simple, but I have to show you all everything that we have to offer, okay? Because I want you to pick, one or two guaranteed issue companies. I would stick with maybe 2 or 3 final expense carriers, and that's it. And I want you to be off to the races. But each carrier has like a little different niche than the other. We don't have a Burger King and McDonald's on the same corner. Each one has a little something special. It could be a higher issue age. It could be a lower issue age, maybe a little higher or lower death benefit option. Okay, but it's your job again. We're going to explain it. It's your job to take notes and utilize the platforms and carriers. Left-hand side, as you can see, there's different face amounts for each carrier. Gerber, if you notice, has 2 asterisks, a red and a green. The reason why, every Gerber product comes with a free scholarship. Okay, if you write it through the Gerber portal, no problem. Or if you're using Insure Me Now Direct, the direct-to-consumer site, that's also no problem. Free 1-year scholarship. Okay, we're the only IMO that has Gerber on a direct-to-consumer platform. AIG just under that, Great Western, United Home Life, and GTL, Guaranteed Trust Life, is our newest carrier. And of course, we have the Transamerica Guaranteed Issue products. But you want to take note of this. You have until March 31st to write those products with Transamerica, which is purposely why we brought in Guaranteed Trust Life, to kind of cover that gap after March 31st. So make sure you take note of that. On the right-hand side, again, look at the red asterisk for scholarship and the green for direct-to-consumer. The bottom right corner is Patriot. That's the new direct-to-consumer final expense, the only product in the industry today, okay, where you can write it. You're the agent of record, okay, so it's your client, and it's 100% direct-to-consumer. Okay, that means you can email a link. They can click at 3 a.m. while you're sleeping, go through the entire process, 8 minutes or less. You wake up in the morning, commission's paid, you're done, and notified, of course. Okay, Mutual of Omaha, free scholarship program. Again, all of the products come with that 1 year, $40,000 of value, right, of any of our 400 colleges in the country. Now, think about this, okay? You're working, let's say, the senior market with burial or final expense. Okay, there's a lot of agents, very competitive space, especially right now. So let's say there's 2 or 3 agents that get in the door before you, okay? And they're all pitching Mutual of Omaha final expense, for example. You come in and you bring up the same carrier, same product, and they say, Bill, why should I work with you? You were the 3rd one that came in the door. Okay, well, Mary, What I can do that's different is I'm a SAGE approved agent. What does that mean to you, Mary? That means you can gift a scholarship to your granddaughter, okay, of up to $40,000 of scholarship to any of these 400 colleges. And there's no extra premium charged to you. In fact, it's the same $77 a month, same product that the other two agents quoted you. The difference, $40,000 of value because you're working with me, Billy Levinson, the SAGE approved agent. Okay, now, Mary's going to say, oh my gosh, I would love to give my granddaughter this unbelievable 1 year scholarship gift. Where do I sign up? Okay, it's value add, it's one leg up over your competitors. I'm going to show you an illustration, okay? And we're going to compare apples to apples, and I'm going to show you why Mary is going to go with you every single time. And by the way, it doesn't cost you anything. There's no gray area. You don't take a commission reduction because of it. It's a win-win-win, okay? And Foresters, same exact thing, okay? Again, it's huge. It's a big leg up. Then we're also going to show you another leg up because we have a turnkey burial platform that allows you to go over all of the client's last wishes and actually hand them a kit or mail them a kit, okay, that has all of the information, including an 800 number. So when their spouse passes, they know who to call and they know where they can get all of their questions answered. Because of you, Billy Levinson, the hotshot final expense agent that has all of these great value add tools that no one else has. Okay, and you're not giving up commission because of it. Okay, anyway, enough of my ranting. So those are the carriers in front of you, final expense right side, guaranteed issue left side. You're going to need both. And like I said, I would pick 1, 2, 3 carriers. Don't confuse yourself. Don't confuse the client, right? Keep it very simple. Use that KISS method, okay? And you will be successful. All right, let's move forward here. Joe's going to take the wheel from here and talk about our brand new direct-to-consumer final expense product launching. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So we're super excited about this new product launch. It's actually next Tuesday is the official webinar, so look out in your email. We'll be sending out a couple different blasts to kind of give you more information and let you know where this product sits, and definitely register because we're going to do a complete walkthrough of this new product. It's not just a regular final expense product. What's so neat is there is a complete, fully digital underwritten solution that actually allows you to quote, apply, and bind that coverage within 8 minutes without an exam or telephone interview. Everything is done online over the phone. You actually have access to your own back office portal. It's really optimized for smartphones, tablets, and it basically allows you to kind of choose how you want to interact with that client. You can send the customer a link and complete it with them on the phone, or you can do it face to face. Like Bill mentioned, a lot of changes that, of course, every agent has experienced during the COVID environment. So just depending on how that client wants to work, you're able to kind of pivot and move and make sure that you're giving them the best solution as quickly as possible on whatever platform they're looking to use. Again, 8 minutes is the average time. There's like 12 health questions, no telephone interview. They do the background check on the client, script check MIB, and again, get that coverage placed within 8 minutes. You can do a traditional level policy, which starts at $5,000 up to $25,000. You can do the graded benefit, which is $5,000 to $15,000, and you can also add in for some clients, depending on the issue age, some additional graded benefits. I do want to bring your attention to the bottom of the screen. There are select states that this product is rolling out in. Of course, we'll be adding more. And I want to give you a quick example of a 65-year-old non-tobacco $15,000 level benefit, which is immediate death benefit from day one. You'll see in yellow there, $84.50 for the male rate, $64.90 for the female rate. Super competitive. And I think what's so great about this product is just the ability to deliver it however that consumer is more comfortable. Some people may say, I don't want to meet face to face. I want to basically just do everything over the phone. Or, you know what, I don't have time right now, but send me the link. I'll complete it this evening, once I have some time to really kind of sit down and look at it. So awesome product, super excited. Again, that's Patriot Insurance Company, and the average turnaround time for those policies is 8 minutes or less from start to finish. So awesome, awesome platform. I'm going to transition into our future slides here. Of course, when you're looking at final expense, and I gave you an example of just how competitive that product is, we get the question all the time is, hey, you guys have all these great products, all these great resources. I've got a 79-year-old or an 82-year-old. What company's best? How do I figure out, what company to go to? What has an e-app? And so we put together a awesome final expense quota right on the website here. This is an actual screenshot of what it looks like. You can enter in all the client's information. It's mobile ready. So even if you're out and about, phone, tablet, smartphone, you can really customize the entire quote. What's really neat is not only does it give you a side-by-side comparison of all the different products, the rating, the premium amount, it has a built-in underwriting tool that gives you real-time data based on what medical conditions your clients have. So for example, you put something in there about the client maybe having diabetes or another issue. It will pivot and show you different products, different rate classes, whether it's level, death benefit, modified, guaranteed issue, fully underwritten or simplified issue. One of the most robust final expense quote engines I think I've ever seen. So definitely check that out. I'm going to show you in the next slide here exactly where to go to actually find this quote engine. Right on the home page here, again, this is levinsonassociates.com. You're going to click underneath that quote tab, and in yellow, you'll see it says new final expense quote engine. You basically hit that blue button that says run quote, and it will take you right into that data entry screen. You can enter everything in real time and have a quote in just a matter of seconds. So if you haven't used that, definitely check it out. I think it's one of the best quote engines we've seen. And of course, all of our final expense companies come preloaded inside of that platform. So definitely check that out if you haven't seen it yet. And then also one other thing I want to talk about on the next slide here is something that we get questions every single day about. Hey, I ran a quote. Now I need to kind of figure out, well, how do I do the application? Is it a tele app? Is there an e-app? Do I have to see them face to face? So we put together something pretty awesome here, and I highlighted it in yellow underneath products on the final expense and guaranteed issue whole life product page. At the very top there, you'll see that blue button right next to that arrow. It says click here for a final expense application submission guide. That is the screenshot of it on the bottom of the page. We took all of our top final expense carriers. We give you an example of how those policies can be written, whether it's an iGo e-app or if you have to go directly to the carrier website. We not only give you the link to that carrier website, but also the full guide to how to actually submit the e-application. I want to highlight just a few companies because there's a lot of carriers here, and what we've seen, just so far this year. I want to highlight some of these top companies on the right-hand side here. Americo is an awesomely competitive final expense product, voice signature issued up to age 80. We've got Liberty Bankers that has both an e-app or a voice app. Very, very liberal underwriting, really great for hard to place cases. Mutual of Omaha, of course, everyone has heard of Mutual of Omaha. They have a real-time e-app with instant approval. The client gets an email, they e-sign, they run everything in real time. Super competitive product. You've got level and modified benefits. And then one quick thing to note here, AIG has a guaranteed issue product that comes with a chronic illness rider, no additional premium required. Super competitive. Of course, everyone knows AIG. Really, really competitive whole life product. You do need to be pre-appointed to sell that, just as a side note. And then, of course, Gerber Life. Bill mentioned it earlier. It's part of our scholarship platform and part of our direct-to-consumer e-app platform. Everybody has heard of the name Gerber, a really competitive product that is available on Insure Me Now Direct, which is the no-cost platform for you to have a direct-to-consumer platform where they can run everything in real time. So a lot of great options there. And we're going to dive into a little more information about Insure Me Now Direct and just exactly how that can help you uncover and really streamline your business.
Okay, good stuff, Joe. All right, so if you take a look at this homepage right here, this is InsureMeNowDirect.com. So as soon as you sign up, you get your own version. Okay, we have one person here in the office, Noah. He heads this up. He'll help you get up and running. No cost for this, no commission reduction. And here's what's so neat about this. So if you remember what I said earlier with the scholarship program where your client can just log on your site at 3 a.m. and they can purchase a product and self-enroll in the scholarship program. It takes just a few minutes. So we're going to show you, we'll put our client hat on and show you what that looks and feels like, okay? And it doesn't get any easier than this. So personally, if I was an agent out there right now, I'm in the trenches, I'm trying to be scrappy, right? It's a new year, we're in a pandemic, right? There's no gray area around that. We know what's going on. What I would do is have all of my social media pages up and running. I would put some creative content on there at least once a week, okay, at the minimum, and I would constantly drive people back to my website, okay? Everything I do. I would do a 2-minute video on burial and insurance combined with scholarship for your grandkids and talk about, the value there and why it's so important, especially during a pandemic. And everything I do, I would end with BillyLevinson.com, BillyLevinson.com, okay? Business cards, I have an online version, BillyLevinson.com. I would do, let's say, President's Day, little picture, right? Doesn't matter what it is. You can find them on the internet, do a little quote, Happy President's Day, bottom, BillyLevinson.com. Constantly drive people back to your site. And if they quote, apply, buy a policy, less than 10 minutes, great. You just made a commission. You don't even talk to anyone. Okay, if they hit the button that says, ask me a question or email me, well, you get on the phone, you wind up selling a product anyway. So again, it's a win-win. You're just driving people back to your home. That's the way I would look at it. Okay, this is what your site's going to look like in the left-hand side. It has all the different product types available. Okay, and as soon as the client clicks, well, guess what? Middle page comes up. It's going to ask for some basic information. Okay, state, gender, and do you smoke or not? Okay, as soon as the client clicks there, look all the way over to the right. It's going to show the client what products are available in their state based on their age and gender. Very simple. Okay, does everything for you. And by the way, you can do this while you're on the phone with a client. Okay, very, very easy to do. Doesn't make a difference if they find your site on their own or you drive them there on a phone call or through an email or through a video. Doesn't make a difference. Okay, so as soon as they apply, we're going to pretend they're buying guaranteed issue life. Let's go to the next page. So very, very easy. Guaranteed issue whole life. This happens to be Gerber, $25,000 death benefit, $241 a month. And by the way, it's the same price as if you're using the Gerber portal, okay, or the Insure Me Now direct site. So there's no convenience fee or anything like that. Okay, now on the left side, this is interesting. So I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news, but online yesterday they announced NGL bought a company called Everplan, okay? Everplan is just an online security vault that allows the client to keep all of their life insurance, annuity, investment information on a dashboard. So when they pass, their beneficiaries get a ping. They get full access to know what Aunt Susie had for investments and bank accounts and everything else that the client wanted the beneficiaries to see, okay? We have the same exact thing called Legacy Armor. So this is an opportunity now for the client to either click on Legacy Armor, or if they want that free scholarship program, 25% off a 4-year tuition, they just click there, okay? And then the bottom is going to say, buckle up, Buttercup. Let's go to the next slide here. This is where the consumer is going to fill out the online app, one page, simple e-app, very, very easy, okay? Filling it out, done, continue. Go to the next slide here. Now, here's what's so cool, okay? The scholarship part, you say to yourself, Bill, I looked at this 6 years ago when you launched it, and there's so many moving parts. Well, not anymore, Bobby, because we have a self-enroll button now, okay? So now let's say that same client bought the Gerber Guaranteed Issue Whole Life Plan, and the same client clicked where it said save 25% off. So basically, they're going to hit that orange apply button. Right below that, if you follow the arrow, it will give them their code. They click there. They put in basic information like name, address, who the beneficiary for the scholarship will be, and boom, they are in the free scholarship program that they got for free as a value add by working with you. This is all done on Insure Me Now Direct, client-driven, very simple now, not like it was 6, 7 years ago, okay? Begin registration, and then the client has like their own, it looks like an online Bank of America checking account. They can go in, they can check their points, they can refer people to you, you can give them 500 more points every year for a policy review, and every point is $1 of scholarship. Okay, that's simple. So if I was an agent right now getting scrappy, I would have a whole marketing campaign just built around funding a 4-year tuition for little Susie or little Johnny, for the grandkids or the children. Okay? And whoever talks to you about the scholarship program, even if they don't buy a policy from you, you can reward them with a $500 gift card, which is $500 off a tuition at any of our 400 colleges, even if they don't buy anything from you. I would use that just to drive traffic. Doesn't cost you a penny. Okay, let's move forward here, Joe. So again, trying to make this very easy. Now, I was talking earlier about Mary, right? The client that you spoke to, let's say it was a lead that came in, and there were 2 other agents that were also speaking to Mary, okay? And everybody is quoting Mutual of Omaha, final expense, okay? Premium, $77.25, okay? And I'm just using an example here. This particular illustration is 106. So let's say two agents before you quoting the same thing, 106 a month. You're coming in, same product, same carrier, 106 a month. Mary says, well, Bill, why should I buy from you? Okay, you were late to the party. You're the 3rd agent in. Okay, here's why, Mary. Take a look at this illustration in front of you. You can email this to Mary, whatever the case is. Okay, let's take a look at, let's say, year 10. Okay, so year 10, the cash value of the policy I'm selling you is $57.51. It's the same as the other 2 agents. Okay, paid up benefit, the same. But here's what changes. Here's the ultimate value add, Mary. Look at the right-hand column. Look at scholarship points. Every point is $1 off tuition. Okay, 23,000 points or $23,000. Let's fast forward to year 19, okay? Cash value, $12,184, same as the other 2 agents. Paid up benefit, same thing. Look at the right-hand column in red. $41,000 off a 4-year tuition for little Susie, okay? Your granddaughter, or you would give anything, okay, for Susie, okay? Well, this is the ultimate gift. And guess what, Mary? The 106 premium is exactly the same as the other 2 agents that spoke to you before me. But the difference is they don't have a column on the right side that helps Susie go to college, right? Which is a dream of hers and her parents and her grandparents. And guess what? That 106 didn't change by 1 penny, okay? So this is the ultimate senior market concept, because if you're working with seniors, right, most have grandchildren, okay, most would do anything to help their grandkids or children or any blood relative. So for not 1 penny extra and no commission reduction to you, you're adding this 3rd column that no one else has except Levinson agents, okay? So let's say, fast forward year 19, let's go all the way to the right-hand side there, 106 a month, $24,000 plus premiums paid, $41,000 of scholarship. Year 19, you have $12,184 to put on top of that 41, right? Think about this for a minute. The total value to be used for a 4-year tuition, $53,184, because you leveraged the scholarship program. No other agent can show Mary this concept, unless they're a Levinson agent. Before the pandemic, we have these pins. It says, ask me about free scholarships. Agents walk around everywhere with these pins on because people say, hey, free scholarship, tell me more. It opens the door for a life insurance conversation. Okay? Totally different spin on this. So anyway, you need to get comfortable with this concept. Okay, without further ado, I have Andrew joining us. He's going to talk all about the training platform that we have put together for you all. We made some new updates, changes, and some new software as well. Andrew?
Yep, thank you so much, Bill. Appreciate it. So I want to go over the next step here. So we talked about all the products, right? We talked about the 20 plus carriers we have. We talked about the direct to consumer channel. We talked about, how to quote using our brand new quoting and underwriting software. We talked about, what niche products you could use and how to submit the application. Well, now it's about marketing, right? To be an effective agent, you need to have an effective marketing campaign for final expense and an effective lead program. So that's what I'm going to go over today is the next step of the process, and that's to talk about our finalexpenseexperience.com microsite platform. So we developed this for all things final expense. So we got a lot of agents that we work with that said, Andrew, Bill, Joe, it's very confusing to have to go to one website for this and one website for that and go here for this quote and go here to submit this. Well, now we've really centralized most of the information that you need to conduct your business for final expense all in one place. Okay, it's easy. All right, so you come here to Levinson website, it's under Agent Tools, or you can go directly to finalexpenseexperience.com. You can get to it both ways, and you will have access to product info, scripts, quoting tools, all the different training modules. Everything that you need to run the final expense business is going to be housed in this website. So that's what we're going to dive into, and we'll proceed with that. So the first thing I really want to talk about, and Bill mentioned this earlier in the call, is our new Final Expense Experience lead program, okay? So this program works, okay? We are currently, as a company, up 25% in final expense sales in the first quarter, thanks to our agents, specifically agents using this platform. And it definitely works, okay? The proof is in the pudding. We see the numbers, okay? And what's really unique about this lead program is it's affordable, starting at only $8 a lead. They're fully exclusive and they're double verified. So look at the top line there. It says delivers the top 20% of high intent leads. So most lead vendors are going to sell you anything they can sell you, right? They're going to give you whatever they can get and they're going to sell it to you and move on, right? That's their business. But with our lead vendor, they're trying to get you the top 20% of lead quality, right? So if there's 100 leads, the best 20 are going to make it to our agents. Okay, that's a big deal. In addition to that, so they're verifying them, in so many different, their double verification process is great. Not only that, we have a guarantee of 20% in place. And what that means is if you order 20 leads from our lead vendor and you successfully complete the training, you will sell 20% of the leads. So 20 leads, that's 4 sales. 100 leads, that's 20 sales. So you could do the math there. So that is how confident we are about the program and about the system that we provide to you, okay? All the training is provided to you, all the scripting is provided to you. So I want to dive into this. It's very important that we discuss it because, like I said, you need a viable lead source. In addition to all the marketing that you do, you have to have some inbound, activity. On the next slide here, this is how they actually generate the lead, right? We get a lot of questions about that. So these are opt-in leads, okay? So these are not individuals who are being cold called, right? I know that's a big concern for a lot of you. So these are people who have saw a TV, email, online, banner advertisement, click campaign. They are requesting the information. Similar to how a client would fill out a mailer card and turn it in, they're filling out something online and turning it in. Then somebody from our vendor's call center reaches out to the prospect and gathers the information. They gather all the demographic information, including, do you have a valid bank account for payment? I think that's a very important question. They ask, can you talk now to one of our agents or can you not talk now to one of our agents? If they're available to talk now, they're going to be live transferred to the agents that are purchasing our live transfer leads. If they say, I'd like to speak to an agent, but I'm available tonight at 7, they will take that lead and send to any agent who's buying our callback leads, right? So those are the ones that are a little less expensive. So either way, the lead flow and the way they generate the leads are the same. It's just a question of if they're going to be spoken to now or if they're going to be called back at a future date, okay? So that's the general process of how they actually source the leads. Here's a screenshot of the cost breakdown and that 20% guarantee that I told you about, okay? So depending on the order size and your order territory is what's going to determine your cost, okay? So to get the $8 cost per lead, that's no problem. But if you look, if you see here, you'll have to get 100 leads. It's right in the middle in red. 100 or more leads at a time, it's $8 a lead. Okay. If you just want to do the minimum, that's fine. It's 20 leads to start. Those are $12 a lead. So anything from 20 to 50. So you could see there's a breakdown of the quantity of order. Now we also have callbacks by local region or callbacks by nationwide, right? So if you're an agent that sells in 5 or 10 states, obviously you're going to use the nationwide lead. If you're an agent that likes to go out and see your prospects from time to time, no problem. We're not going to stop you from doing that. If that's how you want to conduct your business, you can do the callback leads by county, right? So, or pick 2 or 3 counties, and that'll help us get you more viable leads. These leads are, very good. Their delivery time is pretty fast. You order a lead, it takes them about 3 to 5 days to start generating those leads for you. As I said, 100% exclusive, ready to talk to you with that 20% sales guarantee. So, it's not perfect, right? We always say there's no perfect lead program out there, but to have a lead for $8 that you can call and make a sale 20% of the time, I'd say it's a pretty viable opportunity. We just revamped our lead program center. Okay, so what you can do is go to our website under the Agent Tools tab. You're going to click on Lead Programs, and you're going to be redirected to our brand new revamped lead site. Okay, so this is going to have every tile about every different lead program we have, right? So if you want the final expense leads that we're talking about today, you just click on that top left box, and it'll walk you through the process of picking your lead quantity, your territory, and making the payment, going through the whole process, right? When you submit that request to order the leads, you will be sent a follow-up email with our training course and the invoice. Okay, it's really that simple. So you place the order request, we review that and make sure you're appointed, and then we send you what you need to start the program and get into the training course. Okay, so definitely get to this site whenever you can. We're going to send this at the end of the call as well. So here's just the roadmap to success. Let's just summarize everything that I just went over with the lead program in its entirety, right? Step 1, we need 2 or more final expense carrier appointments through Levinson and Associates. That could be any 2. As Bill said earlier, just pick 1 or 2 guaranteed issue, pick maybe 2 final expense regular carriers, and you're good. You don't need all 20. But we just need to make sure that all those leads are running through Levinson and that we're able to help you with those transactions. Step 2, visit that Levinson lead platform page, as I just showed you, and select your lead order. So it's that simple. Once you have the 2 carriers, select your lead order. If you do select your lead order and you skip step 1, it will be rerouted back to us to give you a call so we can help you get appointed. Okay. Step 3, review and complete the training course and pay the invoice. Now, the training course is required to pass in order to get that 20% guarantee. Now, it's a very important training. It's a 3-hour course. It's fully interactive. So this is going to provide scripting, objection handling, everything that you need to learn about how to work these leads, specifically over the phone, is in that training. So you definitely want to complete that training. You can take it as many times as you want. You can save it. It's PDF downloadable. So definitely, when you get that invoice, do the training and pay the invoice. Step 4, you log into our website, access the quoting tool that Joe went over, our app submission guidelines, and you're ready to sell. Okay, it's that easy. This is the process that you need to do to get up and running with us today for the final expense leads. Next up, I want to dive into our final expense sales platform. This is a turnkey marketing system, right? So we talked about marketing. We need a viable lead source to drive business to you over the phone. You can start making sales, but you also need a marketing system to create customer loyalty, to create retention, to create referrals, right? We talked about SAGE, right? The scholarship program, which you need to be using regardless of anything that I'm telling you right now. But also the Legacy Safeguard is designed for seniors, okay? This is a senior marketing service, all right? And most seniors don't understand the first thing about end-of-life planning. They don't know what the cost of a funeral is. They don't know how to negotiate the cost of a funeral and pick out a casket and set up their will, trust, and all this stuff. Well, now you have a service that's 100% free. Okay, this is free for them, and it's free for you. You offer this membership to them, and they get all of these bullets on the screen. They get legacy planning services, attorney locators, help with negotiating the cost of the funeral, grieving counseling. They get everything that they would need to put the plan in place, right? And we know as final expense agents, there's no plan without the life insurance, right? You could do all the planning in the world. You could have everything lined up 100%, but if they die and there's not that $20,000 is not there at death, what good is the plan? You need both, right? You need the final expense life insurance and the plan. It goes hand in hand, okay? So this is just a quick screenshot of some of the benefits that your client would be receiving, okay? And I'm going to show you how to actually sign them up and the process of how this actually works. So here is what would be, the benefit to you, the agent, right? I talked about the benefit to the client, but really, this is a retention builder. This is a loyalty builder. They will never leave you. They will never cancel their policy because they have this service from you, right? Set more appointments, make more presentations to them and their family, close more sales, right? So you're going to get all of these materials, and we have a training center dedicated to Legacy Safeguard. It's called LegacySafeguardUniversity.com, and we would get you access to that once we get you set up for the service. So definitely this is great for any agent that's selling final expense. So here is what you would get. You get a comprehensive marketing guide that we can send out to you, and it's also digital. It's online, right? I was telling you about the Legacy Safeguard University. So that has all the recording, scripting, objection handling, all the marketing materials that go with the program, right? On how to explain it to your client and what the benefits are of using the program, right? So this is all highly interactive, and it comes with marketing resources to back up the claim. It's not just, hey, take this membership, right? So there's resources to go along with that. So let's talk about how it can actually generate business for you, right? So we know it can create loyalty, right? You're giving them something of value at no cost. We know that it'll keep your retention rates higher because we're not going to cancel their policy if they need the money, right? If they need the money for the funeral. So they did all that work, and now it's time to generate some leads for you, the agent, right? So if you look on the left-hand side, every single client that enrolls is going to receive a packet in the mail, and in there is a legacy sponsorship form, okay? And you're going to ask them, when you follow up with them, you're going to ask them to remove this and review it with you. And you're going to tell them that for every person that they put on this form, could be a friend, family member, colleague, neighbor, whoever, whatever information they put down, that person will get the program for free, no cost, no purchase necessary, okay? All they have to do is sponsor somebody else, right? So what this is a lead form for you, right? But what it's doing is it's making them feel good by giving them their family member or their friend something for free that they can share, right? So spread the love, if you will. So this is, you should be doing this every time. So when somebody signs up for Legacy Safeguard, you pull out the Legacy sponsorship form and you get a few sponsors. Okay, so that's a great way to generate leads and just keep funneling the sales funnel with additional leads. On the right side, we have a co-op final expense mailer, okay? So this is not the lead program I was telling you about before. This is an actual mailer program. It's a 1,000-piece mailer for $460 in any zip code, any territory you want, and it's tied to Legacy Safeguard. So it's not your typical mailer that talks about, buy burial insurance and win a free Walmart gift card, or whatever those bait and switch cards are. This is an actual marketing card that talks about the benefits of membership. So it's going to say, are you interested in our memorial planning membership that comes with X, Y, and Z? Fill out your information, and one of our Legacy Safeguard experts is going to reach out to you. It's that simple, right? So it's a warmer lead. It's a warmer lead, and these can convert up to 2%. So if you send out a 1,000-piece mailer, you're looking at maybe 20 leads back in the mail. And these are hot, fresh, ready to go. And now you can kick right into your sales and marketing, asking for the referral, get them set up, et cetera, right? So this is a game changer. You should definitely be using this program right away. It doesn't cost you a dime as long as you're appointed through Levinson & Associates, and we'll be sending out information after the call. So just in conclusion, how does somebody get access? How do you enroll the client? Well, it's very simple. There's a one-page form. It's an enrollment form just like this one on the screen. You just fill out a few pieces of information. You send it to our office along with the application, and we will get them enrolled immediately. Okay, it's that simple, and they'll get their membership kit in the mail and their ID card, and it has your information as their advisor. Okay, so it's really that easy to do this. I'm going to get it back to Bill. This is the training program. We're going to go over some hot new things happening here at Levinson.
Thank you, Andrew. Okay, we're just about done here, folks. We learned a lot, right, about the lead programs, Legacy Safeguard Scholarship, the new direct-to-consumer final expense product, okay, Patriot, which A to Z process in 8 minutes for your client. That's quote, apply, approved policy, 8 minutes. Okay, never been done. Another first. Now, you're sitting home right now and you're saying, Bill, this all sounds great, right? I need like a refresher course. I need to sharpen my skills, right, for my selling over the phone pitch or script or whatever the case is. So we put together a virtual final expense playbook. This is for selling online. This is scripts. This is videos. We brought in a third-party consultant, did a 3-part series. So everything is at your fingertips on the Levinson website. And then what we did as well is we updated the training center, which this all has to do with final expense and selling over the phone. Now, we have all, if we can go to the next slide, Andrew, that would be great. I want everyone to see about all of the technology, the videos that we put together focused on helping you all selling over the phone or online. So everything at your fingertips on the training resources tiles. If you see the highlighted section, iGenius Training, boom, everything's in front of you. Okay, let's go to the next slide here. So this was a third-party consultant that we hired, okay? And we wanted him, and again, we pretended like we were an agent, and we basically said, Todd, talk to us as if we're the agent, and we want to sharpen our skills. So we did a 3-part, 3-hour training, okay? It's available at no cost to you all. It's on our site. We're also going to include this in the thank you email. And then we have some new, these are lead scripts that we put together, okay, for, let's say you're selling the new kind of life insurance that pays while you're alive, or burial, final expense, or mortgage protection, cross-selling. Everything is at your fingertips, no charge. Okay, and again, we have 2 new ones we just added to the mix. Okay, now let's say you say, Bill, I love you guys. I want to leverage all of these platforms, but I'm already contracted through another IMO. No problem, okay? Switch or transfer the contract over to Levinson. We match, or most of the time we beat, your existing commission grid. Plus, you get your choice, free leads or cash for contracting with your first paid application. Okay, so it's a win-win-win. Plus, you get to leverage all of our tools at no charge. And of course, access to the new lead programs and existing mailers, everything that we offer. Okay? Okay, now, moving forward. We all know you constantly have to feed your brain, and that's why we do this weekly training series for you all, and we host these live. Okay? Literally, there's 3 marketers on this right now today. It's up to you to pay attention and take notes and use these nuggets to change your practice. So basically, what we're doing here, if you focus on the bottom, the brand new Patriot direct-to-consumer final expense product launch is on the 23rd, next week, 3 p.m. Make sure to be on that call. We're going to have the VP at the carrier, and we're going to make sure that everyone has a chance to get up and running with the only direct-to-consumer final expense product in the space today, period. Okay, not a referral fee platform. You're the agent of record, full commission. On the bottom there, Legacy Armor. Legacy Armor was that, call it a secure vault or dashboard that you can assign, right, to your client, where it gives them an opportunity to store all of their information, like a online safe deposit box, okay? And every time they go in, they see your picture, your phone number as the servicing agent. So a great way to gain referrals. So we have some really neat stuff built around that as well. Okay, our last slide here. I know we're running a little behind, but I hope that you enjoyed this and, most important, walked away with some nuggets. So this was our Positive Tuesday quote, and then I'm going to have the question of the day real quick. Pay attention to the people who defend your name when you're not around. They're your real friends, not the ones you can't trust. Trust the process. This was a really cool night that we did basically a birthday, and we built it around philanthropy and giving away to, if you know, in fact, if you see, that's me on the left-hand side, the guy next to me, Barry Skolnick. He basically runs all of the charity programs at the Miami Children's Hospital. So we built this around donations and a great way that we can all have a nice dinner around a birthday and give back to the community. So I'm very proud of this picture. And then, of course, we built that quote around it. The right side is our mission statement. With that said, we're going to have our question of the day. Whoever answers first incorrectly wins. Okay? Like I said earlier, Fire Tablet or Amazon Echo. Plus, I'm going to give you a few free orphan leads on us. You tell me the name of the new direct-to-consumer final expense product and how many minutes is the entire process. So two-part question. The name of the new product and how many minutes does it take for your client to quote, apply, get approved, print and save policy. Name of the product, how many minutes for the process, you win. Andrew, do we have a winner?
Yes, we do. A ton of responses. So good job, everybody. The first responder to correctly answer is Paul M. Paul M from PA.
Paul M from Pennsylvania. The answer was the Patriot product, and it's an 8-minute A to Z process. Congrats, Paul. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time. And again, I hope you learned about some new nuggets that's going to change your practice and your day-to-day. With that said, we'll see you next week. Thank you again for taking the time with Levinson today. Take care.